Hello, I hope you're as excited about the Markham Santa Claus Parade as I am. It's near and dear to my heart. The City of Markham is pleased to provide coverage of this year's parade. I wanted to make sure that we could all see the parade live and be able to watch it again with our family and friends at home. This is a first for the City of Markham, a way for our community to enjoy the sights and sounds while feeling part of an event that means so much to all of us. I'd like to personally thank Jim Sanford and Peter Still from the Rotary Clubs of Markham and the organizing committee for their hard work and dedication. All of them put in long hours organizing this parade, and our community is grateful for all that they do. The 45th Annual Santa Claus Parade promises to amaze you and take you on a magical journey. There's more than 80 floats, marching groups, and bands, and an extra special treat for the children. Another first, some famous Disney characters have now joined the parade this year, and they can't wait to say hello to everyone. Another special mention goes out to retired Corporal Phil Badani and his team of veterans. Thank you for your service and sacrifice. It's an honor to have you with us this year. We'll never forget you and what other veterans have done for our country in the name of peace. The guest of honor, St. Nick himself, is here all the way from the North Pole, ready to greet the boys and girls of all ages. This year marks Canada's 150th birthday, and it's been an inspirational year, and the residents of Markham came together. A proud moment for us all as we celebrated our rich heritage and diversity. No doubt we're blessed to live in the best country in the world and in a thriving, inclusive city. I'd like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and all the best in 2018. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. I present the 45th Annual Markham Santa Claus Parade. Enjoy.
We're now just seeing the beginnings of the Santa Claus Parade as the paramedics line up, and I imagine following right along would be the York Regional Police. And then we're ready for the parade itself, sponsored by the Rotary Club of Markham's Sunrise and Markham Unionville Rotary. And the theme this year is Canada 150, a Heritage Christmas. Yes, there have been a lot of 150 celebrations across the country this year, all over the place, many of them right here in Markham, and I will be talking about some of those for you as we watch the parade roll by. And much of today you'll just be seeing rather than hearing, because we're going to let the floats come into view and then shut up, as it were, because I know that you'll be wanting to see Santa, and you'll be wanting to see the children responding along the route. More and more people assembling here. We're near the corner of Highway 7 and Markham Road right now. And this is the banner announcing what this is, the Markham Santa Claus Parade. And here is the town crier and his wife. And John, our friend, let's hear him. The town crier and a whole raft raft of new Disney characters this year. There are 100 floats in this parade with marching bands and representatives of the city's cultural communities. These are some new Disney characters, we're told. Let's see if you can pick them out here as we begin to focus on the float.
I'm Jim Santaford, organizer of the Santa Claus Parade in Markham for about 18 years now. And it's a lot of work every year, but every time you see the smiles on the faces of the children, it's all worth it. And this year, we're proud to have the Invictus Games athletes, and to show the solidarity, the fire department in Markham, they're going to be walking with them. And I'm pretty excited about the parade this year. It's a community parade, and everybody sort of gets behind it, and I don't know what to say, but maybe I'm a little prejudiced, but I really wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Well, you see the boys were having a little fun there. A 57 Chevrolet, not a one-horse open sleigh, but they did get back to the real lyrics. The Markham Fire Department, among many of the groups represented here today. And I want to tell you, so far as I'm concerned, Santa Claus parades are part of my history, as they are of probably everybody standing on this street today. And oh, thank you. Somebody just handed me a piece of candy cane from the Markham Fire Department. Thank you. That'll come in handy as the parade moves by. Santa Claus parades, I was saying, are part of my history as much as anybody along here, because when we first moved to Toronto in the early 60s, one of my very first outside broadcast assignments was for a Santa Claus parade, the Eaton Santa Claus parade, in fact, in downtown Toronto. And that had been going for a long time, even in the 60s. It started in 1905, in fact, and then wrapped up in the mid-80s when the Eaton Company began to fall apart. And eventually they had to give up the parade, and the main parade in downtown Toronto was taken over by a group of companies, Canadian Tire among them, Walmart is another one, and they sponsor a parade. But this parade, apparently this year, this parade here in Markham has more floats than the downtown Toronto parade. Now, this is anecdotal evidence. I don't have any hard evidence of that, I have to tell you, because somebody is going to start arguing about that right away, I know. But there are 100 floats in this parade. In case you didn't hear this when we were coming on the air earlier, and I'm not sure how much of that we actually got out to broadcast, it's sponsored this year by the Rotary Club of Markham Sunrise and Markham Unionville Rotary, and the theme is Canada 150, the Heritage Christmas. And the fire truck here is asking us to donate to the restoration of the Heritage Fire Truck. www.markham.ca.
Hi, I'm Phil Bedani. I'm the Grand Marshal for Markham City's Santa Claus Parade this year. I'm really excited to be involved with this. As part of Markham supporting veterans and the Invictus Games, I got offered to bring on here. I'm really excited to bring in teammates from Team Canada for the games to wish City of Markham and everybody a Merry Christmas.
Oh, and the Grand Marshal, Philip Bedani. Well, I want to say something about this Grand Marshal because he's a very special guy. He's a retired corporal, Phil Bedani. With many other veterans, he represented Canada at the recent Invictus Games in September. He was a member of the Royal Canadian Regiment, and in his tour with the 1st Battalion of the Royal Canadian Regiment, in a peacekeeping mission in Croatia in 1994, he was returning with an escort mission, and his Jeep he was driving at the time got badly shot up He was shot twice in the back. He sustained shrapnel in his arm. But he kept going for 20 kilometers to a battalion medical station. His passenger was shot 7 times. And even after all of that, he returned to Bosnia in 1998 and 2001. And now he is a firefighter with the Bombardier Aerospace at Downsview Airport. So congratulations, Phil. It's great to have you here as Grand Marshal of this parade. We've just seen him go by, and we're seeing more of the Invictus firefighters, Invictus members, some of whom were competing in the games in September. And that was a very successful event, as you may have read over the last little while, because the number of people who saw it across the country numbered in the millions. It was broadcast nationally. Many of the events were broadcast across the CTV network, for one. The mayor and the members of City Council. Now, the mayor is not with us this morning, but he may be tuning in on this streaming service in Japan, where he is at this very moment. And he was in touch with us because he was very concerned that everything was going to go off well. Well, Mayor Frank Scarpiti, we're here, and it's going well. And as you see, we have clear weather. It rained right up until about an hour ago, and then the sun came out for your parade and Markham's parade, the 45th annual Markham Santa Claus Parade.
Thank you for coming out to watch our annual Santa Claus Parade in historic Markham Village. I'd like to wish everyone a very merry happy Christmas and a safe and happy New Year.
My name is Logan Kanapadi. Thank you for coming out to the 45th annual Markham Santa Claus Parade. Thank you for watching. We wish you a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holiday. Wish you all the best.
Hi, my name is Alan Ho, Markham Ward 2 Councillor. I'm also the chair of Community Service Committee. I would like to wish everybody a very safe and wonderful Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Have a happy holiday.
Alan Ho, councillor from Markham. And these are more elements of the Markham jurisdiction from City Hall, the City of Markham, youth councils, and recreation services. And these kids are having fun. Some of them are dressed for the occasion and some aren't. Because when you got up this morning, it was warm. Now it's getting a little chillier. Let's listen to this band from Collingwood, the CCI Community Marching Band. All right, strike it up for us, guys. Play, play. Good. Well, wow, a very smart-looking group coming to us from Collingwood, not far away, up north with the where the great skiing is, of course. Many of us have been there. Markham Animal Care Committee now. Oh, and of course, the inevitable golden retriever, dressed like one of the reindeer. And the Gymnastics Academy. Hello to Mayor Frank. He is listening. He is listening, I'm told. They're in Japan. So hello, Mr. Mayor. Good morning. I don't know where we weren't quite sure where we came on the air at the top because, you know, we were trying things out and I was jabbering away and I'm not just sure where we actually started. But if you didn't hear this before, Mayor Frank Scarpiti is in Japan this morning. And he would have been here on one of those floats waving to us, his usual ebullient, jubilant self. But he's with us in spirit, certainly, as the parade moves up Markham Road toward Markham Museum, starting from Highway 7 and intersection Markham Road. And as it moves along the street here, you'll see how Markham Road has changed through the years as the crowds assemble for this big parade this morning. Because it used to be, of course, a truck route, and now it's becoming very much a boutique community with little shops and condos and coffee shops and clothing stores. It's a wonderful place. And it's one of the, well, it is in fact Canada's most diverse community. But it's also, and I've said this before, this is the Canada of the future because it is so very diverse and everyone is welcoming. It's an open community and it works so well. And this is the Philippine Heritage Band. From the City of Vaughan. Well, welcome. Thank you for coming, City of Vaughan. Again, celebrating the Canada 150 Heritage Parade. For Markham Thornhill, relatively new member of Parliament, replacing John McCallum, who for many, many years was representing this community up to 16th Avenue anyway, and he is now Canada's ambassador to China. So welcome to Mary Ng, Member of Parliament for Markham Thornhill. and Helena Jaksek, who is the member of the provincial parliament. She has been elected several times here and is, of course, preparing herself, one would think, for the election coming up in 2018 for the Ontario legislature. Great to see the cities around us coming to see us. The city of Vaughan, Collingwood, up north. Markham is within the Greater Toronto area. It's the fourth largest city. There is Toronto, Mississauga, Brampton, and then Markham. Markham of 350,000 people. Incorporated as a town in '72, which was in fact 45 years ago, and that's when a flood of residents entered this community and made it grow and made it prosper, and it's now certainly one of the most successful communities in all of Canada in terms of its technological base, including companies like IBM and Motorola and Honeywell Canada and ATI Technologies. Let's listen to that Christmas music as we roll by here. The Royal Canadian Air Cadets. And this is the City of Markham Squadron. And the Shriners, who always like to make a lot of noise and have a lot of fun. Say hello to these wonderful young people from the Markham Girl Guides.
Merry Christmas. chez les bergers, chanter dans les
celebrating the power of women in sport this year as well. So it's been a busy 2017 in Markham. And this is the Markham School of Dance. Great hopping little reindeer here. No idea. Salute to the crowds along the route from the Markham Lions Club. Parade coming up Markham Road from the intersection of Highway 7 and Markham Road, up through downtown Markham, and ending at the Markham Museum, just north of Markham and 16th Avenue. Takes about an hour if you're standing here on the street, and it's turned into a pretty acceptable day overall. The rain has stopped. Bit of a wind up now, getting cooler, but that's all in keeping with Santa Claus and Christmas, isn't it? Now there's a school bus coming with a lot of children's voices singing "We Wish You a Merry Christmas," so I think we're going to tune into that if we can. Oh, no, don't stop singing. So we're coming along here up Markham Road. There's a bit of a delay at the moment, but that happens in these parades because you can imagine the amount of marshalling that has to go on to put one of these long parades together. 100 floats, all kinds of marching bands and representatives from various communities. So it takes a lot of marshalling. And these marshals, and I've been a parade marshal, I know, you get up very early in the morning, still very dark, and down to the location you go. And you do your best to get everybody organized and in place. But because it's all volunteer and people are really enthusiastic, nevertheless, you run into problems from time to time. And, you know, that's just the way it happens to be in these kinds of situations. And I know that people listening around the world probably understand and feel the same way. People gathering along the route and bundling up a little more as the wind picks up, and we appreciate the fact that the temperature's dropping and we're coming into a little more winter now than we had yesterday, where it was very warm and sunny. Some great voices coming up. Good morning. Hello. Yes, here we are. I'm just coming on camera for a moment to say hello to all those of you watching around the world. We are getting messages from Sweden and Thailand and all over the place, noting that they are watching this parade coming through downtown Markham, in this community of 350,000 people in the Greater Toronto area, in the northeast portion of that community, of that area. And my name is Lloyd Robertson. I've been a broadcaster in this country for a very long time, and I'm probably being drowned out by the drums, so I'll just pause for a second and we'll hear them. So for those of you watching in various parts of the world, across the country, and right here in Markham and the GTA, it's coming up to the noon hour, and we are not that far away from Santa Claus. I don't have a definite time. I don't know what time he drops in, as it were, but it must be coming up fairly soon, because we see more children gathering. We see the excitement in the little faces brimming now, and he is going to be, yes, we hear you, he is going to be coming along very shortly. This community is very diverse. It's probably Canada's most diverse community. It's one of the 4 largest cities in the area. There is Toronto, there is Mississauga, Brampton, and then Markham. And of course, we have seen representations here this morning from the city of Collingwood to the north, great ski communities up there, and the city of Vaughan to our west, which is a huge new community as well. I say new, actually. Thank you. I say new. I know it's been established for a very long time. But the fact is, if you drive out there, if you drive through these areas in the Greater Toronto District, you will see that so much of it is brand new because so much of it has been built within the last 20 years. I have lived in Markham 20 years, and I know that what was here then is much different from what is here now. We're watching the 45th annual Santa Claus Parade coming through downtown Markham. And these people are celebrating one of the annual events here, the Markham Village Music Festival. Well, Santa Claus can't be far away because the sun is coming out now, believe it or not. It's been a very iffy day. It's rained this morning, cleared, got very cloudy again, and now as the noon hour comes upon us and the sun comes out, the grand man can't be that far away.
Christmas, folks. Woo! How you doing up there? How you doing? Huh? Hold on, Paul.
Well, Markham winter parking has floated the parade. Nothing to shovel just yet, but give us a couple of weeks. This is a float by Fanangafa, an organization that prides itself on calling for truthfulness and compassion and togetherness. and the Markham Transportation System. Viva! You get an idea as you watch these various groups coming by of just how diverse this community is. As I've said before, this is the Canada of the future, and it works. Here we come, everybody. Here we come. Are you ready for the big band? Because this is the moment that everybody here and everybody watching this streaming service has been waiting for. Hello, Santa Claus! Well, there we are, everybody. That is the big moment as the Santa Claus Parade floats up north on Markham Avenue towards 16th. Santa greeting his fans and followers all the way. And I thank you for being with us this morning. Like everybody else, I'm volunteering services on this parade and have really enjoyed being with these people, especially these wonderful volunteers here. My friend Lama Nicholas, who is another worker from our industry, who has been the producer, you might say, of this operation, to Mayor Frank Scarpati over there in Japan. Frank, it's gone well, don't worry. And we thank all of the crew who've been with us, and we'll see you again perhaps sometime, who knows. But this has been Markham. This is what it's like. Great spot, great place to live, great place to visit. So we'll see you sometime.